Okay. Whew. All right. Now we can get started. I'm going to be doing a screen recording while I'm doing this video. Hopefully, I can do both together. My name is Angie. I am a data scientist and I love where AI, pedagogy, education come together. I love training humans. I love training machines. I love teaching humans about machines and I love teaching machines about humans. And so I call that rhythmic speak. I call that solo la tango. I call that a fusion of some of the best things in the world. Now I see that this is becoming a very popular topic. Um, about 6 years ago, believe it or not, it wasn't a popular topic. And even now, people are learning how to emerge into not just knowing about it, but how to do it, how to actually get a human to understand a machine, how to actually get a machine to understand a human, how that translates to dollars and cents. Because believe it or not, some people don't even believe that it's going to be important for them to make money. But I'm telling you now, understanding how we think, human cognition, cognere, to think, and understanding how machines compute, and understanding the strengths and weaknesses mutually of both and how to fuse them together will lead to a lot of dollars and cents. I've seen it in the past over and over again, even in the age before Gen AI. And when it wasn't done well, it did not lead to a good outcome. It led to a lot of waste of dollars and cents. So I had to learn how to take some of the terminology that seemed esoteric and make it seem simple enough to translate into dollars and cents over time. I've been curating that skill set. And so today I am here to present one of my biggest passions, and that is where education and AI come together. I have always, since I was 17 and 19 years old, worked in tech and education together. I know that sounds weird. Some of my students have asked about it, and I try not to tell my right hand what my left hand is doing at various gigs and roles and jobs and in the past. Like, why do both need to know about both? Well, it's not odd because we see where postdoc students, doctoral students have to teach while they're doing technology related training in their education. So it's kind of similar, except I have a graduate degree in computer science, and I did not necessarily combine the two during that time. I didn't necessarily work in education during that time. But enough about me. Enough about me. I want to share why it's so important to fuse the two together. Today, I want to present a project that will take agentic AI, large language modeling, and we're going to make it real simple today. We're not even going to focus on anything overcomplicated. We're going to take a basic tutoring chatbot using the RAG, retrieval augmented generation technique, and we're going to infuse some contextual knowledge into that chatbot, and we're going to use that chatbot to be a tutor, to act as a tutor for any given topic. You choose the topic, you choose the student. One thing about today's era, 2025 and beyond, everybody's learning about everything. So it's great to know how to teach well and to be non-judgmental. A lot of people feel judged by humans, so they want to go to machines to teach them. They go to ChatGPT, but they find that for more nuanced topics, ChatGPT may not be able to help them. And so even things like Math GPT or Note GPT or I can't speak on the Khan Academy chatbot, but we find that people need something that incorporates deeper elements of pedagogy, such as scaffolding, excuse me, such as understanding analysis, facial expression analysis into their outcome, into the next path in the learning. And so I've seen schools use tools like iClever. And one thing about iClever is that it doesn't always match up with the student's level until it has been personalized for that student over time, and definitely doesn't for neurodivergent students. So with adult students, they may not even be motivated to log in and use an AI tutor. They really need to know that it's going to translate into reduced time for them, and they would prefer to have a human. And there has been research in the past, I believe someone named Bloom published research in the past, maybe in the 1980s, showing that there's a 98% increase in the outcomes for a student based on if they have a one-on-one tutor versus if they just have uniform education with the whole class. So I think it's important that we start to pioneer, and I won't even say pioneer because it's already being done, but start to go down the path of creating personalized embodied conversational agents for our students. What is an embodied conversational agent? An embodied conversational agent kind of combines what we see today with the digitalized avatars. Almost everyone you know has created some form of a digital twin that speaks for them on their behalf when they don't feel like coming on social media. If you're like me, you don't always like coming on social media. You don't always like coming to actually speak on camera. And I didn't even realize I didn't like this, but most of the time when I upload a video of myself speaking on social media, it usually ends up getting deleted within days. It's not my favorite thing to do. So I myself have even utilized digital twins to go out and speak for me when I don't feel like doing it for myself. Take that same concept and make it interactable. Take that same concept and make it a face with empathy and expression and facial expression analysis for a deeper understanding of concepts. Take that same concept and start implementing scaffolding and Socratic questioning. And we have something that we can use to create an algorithm for student success, a numerical based algorithm for student success. Some of the skills that many people want to learn today include technology, learning about AI, conversational marketing. It also includes mathematics, physics for college students and high school students who are in advanced AP classes and don't have enough support outside of the classroom. We see that there are some forerunners who have already created products, including, I'm so impressed by MathGPT because I used that to help a student with Calculus 2 recently, and she was so impressed by the ability to take an NLP-based, a natural language input, and convert it into a whole entire video with step-by-step images, infographics on how to actually solve the problem. She automatically got it that way. Unfortunately, these AI tutors don't always prepare students for their specific class. So they may help them with the concept, but not with the specific class in a fast enough time. And the letter grade increase can be diminished because of that. Same thing for TEFL. I've taught TEFL before, and I find that with teach English as a foreign language students, they can get, they need things to be simplified and customized for their specific social, cultural, linguistic pathway. Meaning that not everyone comes from the same part of the world. Not everyone speaks the same way. Not everyone has the same culture. We definitely need to make something customized for that. So what I want to walk you through is a framework on where to get started with if I wanted to build my own chatbot without OpenAI's expensive integrations, and I just want to build a simple approach with the cloud, nothing overly expensive, smaller budget, not anything that's multi-$1,000 range. How do I get started with that? And we will work through this step by step over weeks. It's not going to be a quick solution, but one thing I'm going to point out is that oftentimes we can get started with things that are already out there. One thing that is on and popping in the digital space right now is the tutor bot Spock. This tutor bot was actually released maybe 2 years ago. Still relevant, and I know it's hard to keep things so relevant in today's era where things aren't relevant even 2 weeks after publication or after a surge in popularity. So this chatbot actually uses a scaffolding data set and a conversational data set. And in this case, one thing that this bot tutor bot is missing is a contextual based vector database, vector search, for example, that will reduce the number of irrelevant outcomes that are possible in the probability of selection in the generative state, well, the retrieval stage. And then we're going to need something that's going to be more so based on the specific context for that student's learning level, that student's previous grades, that student's current outcomes, that student's current goals, that student's specific class and learning level, and specific curriculum, specific county, etc. For example, if you're talking about a school system chatbot, if you're talking about just a tutor for a data scientist who wants to get a specific job, it needs to be specific to the specific person's resume, their background, their current skill level, hands-on, not just what's on their resume. And then also the JD, the company's website, and not only that, but the LinkedIn information for the interviewer, if provided before the interview, because a lot of times recruiters don't know. They don't know a lot about anything before the interview, apparently, a lot of times, except for, just study for tech. So, there are a plethora of different applications here. The framework will be pretty template based. And let me know your thoughts. Would you be interested in this kind of information? In the past, I wanted to provide something that's simpler and more immediately recognizable in the terminology. So let me know what you think. This is Solola Tango, Rhythmic Speak, where humans can learn from machines, machine can learn from humans in a very synergistic manner. I love doing that. I also love coaching teams on how to have a more empathetic approach to data that's going to save them time and money and get the project done quickly and effectively. Have been there, done that many times. So let me know if you need help. My name is Angie Dowdell, and my email address is angie@sololatango.io. And I don't only just work in the fusion between traditional education, pedagogy, and machines, but I also in banking, finance, the medical industry, and stock brokerages, etc. Insurance, the applications go on, and I have about 8.5 years plus of experience in a broad breadth and depth of industries. The principles are the same. The use cases may be a little different. Thank you for watching this video, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Signing out at Solola Tango.